Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to play Fire on the Mountain by Grateful Dead. And this, I believe, is the easiest song on guitar. Earlier this year, I released Tennessee Whiskey, and I said that that was the easiest song on guitar, but I put a question mark because I wasn't quite sure. And this song is easier than that for two reasons. One, it goes from G to A, and we can pivot off of one of our fingers to make the switch a lot easier. And two, it's just the same two chords back and forth. There's no form to it. It's not like we play this chord for a certain amount of time and then the other chord for a certain amount of time like we do in Tennessee Whiskey. So for those two reasons, I believe, until I find another one, that this is the easiest song that you can learn on guitar. If along the way you find any extra help, or if you just like to get a feel for all the fundamentals of acoustic guitar, I have a free ebook. It's completely free for all my subscribers and goes over all the basics, chords and strumming and all that stuff. I'll put a link in the corner if you haven't gotten your copy yet. Otherwise, we're just going to jump right in and take a look at the chord shapes. We start off on an A chord. And for A, we just got to stack our fingers. We put our ring finger on the second fret of the B string. That's not the thinnest string, but the second thinnest string. And then we put our middle finger above that, and then our index finger above that. And that is our A chord. Notice my fingers are slanted. I want to get them as close to the fret as I can, but I can't really squeeze them in, so we just have to compromise, get them as close as possible. From there, we're going to switch to a G chord, and I want to leave my ring finger down and then slide it up one fret. So it's on the third fret of the B string. And then from there, I put my pinky underneath it, I put my middle finger on the third fret of the thickest string, and then my index finger on the second fret of the next string. And that's my G chord. So I want you to get used to that motion. We start on the A shape, we leave our ring finger down, we slide it up, pinky, middle, and then our index. So we put them down in the same order over and over again to build up muscle memory and consistency. And then we reverse the steps to switch back. We leave our ring finger down, slide it to the second fret, and then we stack our middle and index on top of that to make our A shape. So work through those changes, silently switching over and over again. And when you're ready, we're going to play them with downstrokes only, just so we can add a little element of rhythm to it. Starting on A, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we're counting to 4 2 times per shape, and then we make that switch. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it's too much for you to make the switch, instantly like that, you can leave a bit early. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, leave a little bit early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Just take your time going through it. That's the kind of stuff that I do in my free ebook. I have a whole method for getting into chord switching by, leaving a little bit early, but still keeping the rhythm going. I recommend checking that out. There's a bunch of videos and everything. It's all completely free, like no strings attached. So it's definitely worth your time to check out. Otherwise, now that we've worked on the chords a little bit, the next thing to do is to add an element of rhythm. So let's take a look at the strumming pattern for this one. I'll do that slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that is down, root, down, down, up. And root just means like a little downstroke. If it's too much for you, you can just do a normal downstroke and you can just go down, 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 up. That's fine too. And to learn it, we're going to break it down into two parts. First, we have down, root. And I'm going to play the G chord. I'm going to go down, root, 3, 4. Down, root, 3, 4. Or down, down, 3, 4. And I want you to practice it just like that, counting 3, 4 out loud. It's really important that you do that so that you get a 4-beat unit, because when we learn the whole strumming pattern, it's 4 beats, and we want to get used to cycling in 4 beats, to start feeling that rhythm. Anyways, that's the first half. The second half is down, down, up. And to play it, we count 1, 2, play a downstroke on beat 3, and then we play a down up on beat 4, treating it like a single entity, like a down up. So we just go 1, 2, down, down, up. 1, 2, down, down, up. And if your down and up strokes aren't sounding that great, you got to pay attention to the angle of your pick. You kind of want your pick to graze the strings like a paintbrush, right? So down strokes like that, and then the up strokes like that. So I go down, up. And you just play a bunch of down ups. Just try to be nice and even. It's almost like you're flicking a drop of water off the end of your pick. And once you get used to that, 1, 2, down, down, up. 1, 2, down, down, up. So try it just like that, counting out loud, and then we put the whole thing together, going down, root, down, down, up, down, root, down, down. If you're having trouble playing it, just say it. Just say down, root, down, down, up, down, root, down. And then when you're ready, you tell your hand what to do. And once you can do it slow, steady, accurately, then you want to try speeding it up a little bit, going. And it starts to feel like the song a little bit. At this point, all that's left to do is take that strumming pattern and add it to our simple chord progression. We're going to play the pattern 2 times per chord shape, and then we switch to the next shape. So let's try that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Root, down, down, up, G. Fire on the mountain. And once you can do that, you can play through the entire song. You just do your strumming pattern 2 times per chord shape, and you just keep going back and forth. Now, when it comes to practicing this so that you can get to that point, I want you to do it just like we did in this lesson. We broke it down, just the chord shapes and the switching, taking the time to, switch through everything. And I have those videos like I talked about with my free ebook if you want extra practice doing that. Or you could do some self-guided practice and just work on the switching, counting out loud. Then we learn the strumming pattern and we break it all down and put it all back together. And then we put those elements together. So, we do our chord hand, our strumming hand, and then we put it together. And now as far as the song is concerned, I want you to write this down here. This is the form of the song. I know it's just the same 2 chords back and forth, but it's still important to know when the chorus is coming up, when the verse is coming up, and if you want to develop a feeling for that, your sense of form, this is the best way to do it. So, you can see here we have an intro, which is our chord progression 2 times. Then we have a verse where we play our chord progression 6 times, and so on and so forth, and that's going to be a good way to learn to keep track of where you are in the song. I also have a full play along on my Patreon page. If you're not familiar with that, it's a place where you can help support the channel with a small monthly donation, and in exchange you get access to full playthroughs with a backing track for tons of songs. I have a bunch of worksheets for basics and stuff on guitar and cool things. So please check that out, especially if you'd like to help support the channel. Don't forget to grab your copy of my free ebook. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any questions for me. I also have a complete beginner's course, which takes you from absolute beginner to confident strummer, learning songs along the way, just breaking it all down step by step and kind of just holding your hand through the entire process. And if you would like to, check that out, that's the best way to help support the channel. I'll put a link for that in the corner and down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.